Hello, I am Juan Luis Riquelme, commenting this evening about the stock, the Boeing company, now Wednesday 30 from 2021. We may see that today the price ranged between 193.85 and something more than 198. It's interesting to check that this stock dropped to 141.02 in April 1, 2020, in the worst part of pandemics for this stock. And very fastly, in June 1, went to 183. This is a noisy video because we are doing a video in pandemics. Excuse me for that. And this is interesting because now the stock dropped from 254 to today 193. Then if you are interested in, if you have your own analysis and you like this stock, remember that it's a good idea, probably not purchase big amount of resources, because a good entry could be tomorrow at maybe 193 or something less, but easily the stock could drop to 170 or maybe less, maybe not too slowly. In Yahoo Finance, here we may see a comment indicating that the Canadian government preferred Lockheed Martin instead of a contract with the Boeing company to build a F-18 fighter. This was published 4 days ago. Maybe that is something, a risk that we could consider, that the further to the COVID-19 situation in the world, also there is competition. There are in the military area and in the commercial area, either you have Airbus. It's a competitive environment for the company. In statistics, we'll check some information data. For example, the profitability is negative because the airlines and all the travel and tourism sector is with negative profitability. We will see the current ratio is very interesting, 1.36, meaning that the company, for every dollar of liabilities to pay to suppliers, has $1.36 to pay in these liabilities of short term, meaning that is a very solid position. That may be either in here again, maybe seen again in simply Wall Street, where we see that the assets of short term are 116 to cover just to pay just 85.77 billion. This is very satisfactory. The situation in the long-term assets in comparison with the long-term liabilities is different, is not good. The obligations are about 2.5 times the assets. Then that is not good, but well, it's good to mention, probably because of the situation that is experiencing the airlines and the industry sector. In the valuation section from this interesting page, we may see that the stock, according to this data, is 36.6% undervalued. But this is more really about 40% because today the stock was in $193 of price stock price. The future growth for the company looks good. Experts say that the earnings will grow 41, the industry 17, and the market 14. And the revenues for the company will grow 12 annually in comparison with 8.4 from industry and 7.1 from market. It's interesting to see some information in the management section about insiders. There are some operations here showing shares sold, but in comparison with the total amount of shares are small amount of shares sold, because we see here 990, 2000, 5000. That is very few if we go to compare with Yahoo Finance and we go to financials and you click balance sheet, and you will see that the balance sheet, okay, we'll see that the shares are 1000 million shares. Then the situation does not look bad. In the insiders section, what is something to look maybe that could be interesting is that there is some dilution of shares of 4.1%, as this page indicates. Is consistent with the increase of some shares that we may see in Yahoo Finance. Why is this interesting? Well, when there are more shares, as we may see here, a small percentage, it means that the future profits and the future earnings, really, that is what is important for a share, will be distributed in more shares. Then, if you buy a share, the earnings that will receive will be the proportion will be lower, because the same profits from the same future profits will be distributed in more shares. Then your growth will, as an investor, will be lower. But for the moment, is not it does not look too bad. It's a small percentage, but I consider that it was something interesting to consider if you want this stock, considering that the stock price in this moment is pretty interesting, and if probably will be taking in account for you if you want to operate in the market tomorrow. I hope that this was important, was interesting for you, and good luck in the market tomorrow if you decide to do something. Bye.